Welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey, and Giant Stadium. Getting ready for a great one between Detroit and New York. Now we'll head over to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth for the start of the game. Guys?
Well, the weather will be perfect for today's game. Tom Hammond here. Beside me, as always, Chris Collinsworth. Kicker looks ready to get this one started. Let's head down to the field for the opening kickoff. From his own goal line. Hit and dropped at the 28-yard line. Their offense will step onto the field for the first time, hoping to come away with some points on this possession.
Here we go, team.
Offset I formation in the backfield.
Come on, Green 88. Watch the switch. Green 88. Go. Tiger. Let's go, baby. New time.
Fakes the run. And he's dragged down for the sack. That was a great time to call for the corner blitz.
Anytime you blitz a corner, it's risky. You leave a receiver open. But so many times the quarterback is not expecting those corner blitzes, so they're not really watching out there. And the lineman, it's really easy to miss those guys too.
Play fake. He's under a heavy rush. Third down coming up after that incomplete pass. 6 DBs on the field for the defense. Drops back. Passes it out. They picked it off. Brought down at the 27-yard line. And just a great interception by the cornerback.
Might want to start thinking about trying to pick on that guy. We've seen all day he has simply been quicker to the spot than the wide receivers coming into his area.
The halfback with the carry. Tackled around the 21-yard line. 6-yard gain. That'll bring up second down. 2nd and 4. The Jets line up with an offset I backfield. They'll give it off here. He's hammered. He couldn't get anywhere on that one.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
New York comes to the line with 3 wide.
Blue 45.
Drops back to pass. He throws on the run. He's tackled around the 18-yard line. And for as good of a catch as that was, this offense now has to deal with a 4th down. This to put his team up by a field goal. It's good. I had my doubts about that kick.
Yeah, he just squeezed that one in there, didn't he? I'm sure he's going to be exhaling for about the next 30 seconds.
Good distance on the kick. At the 30. Big hit there to bring him down. On his last drive, the quarterback completed a pass, but to the other team. Throwing another one could be disastrous to this offense.
Come on, D. Scatter. 48.
They hand it off. He's dropped right around the 38-yard line.
You know how we do.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
The defense can't keep giving up yards on penalties like this.
Yeah, it's hard enough in the game today with the rule changes to help the offense to stop an offense anyway, but you can't give away yards.
Here's the give. The defender gets him to the ground. 8 of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. From the 40-yard line. The Lions line up in the gun. 3 wide receivers are split out.
Blue 45.
Hands it off. Brought down behind the line. Nothing doing. They stop him for a loss.
And I really like the discipline of this defense. You never see these guys trying to do too much. They control their gaps, and that time there was nowhere to go.
Looking to throw. Looks left. Throws. Just right off his hand. What a play by the defender.
And the quarterback really caught a break on that one, that wasn't intercepted.
Gets the punt away. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. The last time they took the field, they were able to come away with 3 points.
Blue 45! Blue 45!
Looks to pass. With the hard throw out to his right. Oh, and he dropped it. Jones was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the second down now with 10 to go. Ball on the 20-yard line. The backfield is in the offset I formation. New York sends a man in motion to the left. He drops back to pass. He throws it. And he caught it. Brought down around the 37-yard line. The defense just didn't match up well on that play.
Yeah, tough to match up one-on-one in man coverage against that wide receiver. He's pretty good.
Little handoff. He didn't get back to the line. No one picked up the linebacker, and it cost them.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Tackled around the 35-yard line. Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback. Only one man back. Back to pass. Looks for a man open. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. Despite the great effort, it will still bring up fourth. So, it's fourth down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. He gets it away. Moore fields it at the 26. Cuts back and he's dropped. Seems like the coverage broke down a bit on that one.
I thought they had him pretty well contained on that play, but he did find a small crack in the coverage, got it up the field. They were lucky they got hold of him. He could have broken that one off.
They give it to the tailback. He's tackled at the 38. A 2-yard run by the halfback. 3 wide receivers on the field, the quarterback in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He passes short. And he reverses direction. Brought down at the 45. McDonald picks up 7 yards with that catch. So that'll make it third down. The Lions come out in a single back formation. He fakes it. He threw off his back foot. Drops the easy kick. And the pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And those are the kind of big third down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
They get this one off, and it's a great kick. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. Dumps it out left. And they get him at the 20-yard line. That play-action pass didn't fool anybody. Ace backfield this time. Tackled at the 22. A yard, maybe two, on the carry.
Gain of 2.
They line up at the 22. Pennington comes to the line with 3 wide.
Friday. Hit him in the mouth. Hut. Kings left. Hit him in the mouth.
Fakes to the back. Bodden gets the interception. What an interception by the cornerback.
You know, some of these corners are just freakish athletes right now. Oftentimes, they're the best athletes on the field. Maybe they don't have the skill set, great hands, great moves, whatever, but they are definitely among the fastest in the NFL.
Here's the give. He gets out to about the 32-yard line. A gain of 3 yards.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw. He's under pressure. Hit him in the hands, but he can't hang on. An excellent job by the defense of disrupting that last play.
And that was really on the wide receiver. Not much of a route, very little separation, and gave the defense a chance to make that play.
Give to the tailback. They tackle him for a loss. Nowhere to go that time on the delay.
The delay can be an awfully pretty play whenever you see a defense being overly aggressive, but this bunch is well coached, well trained. They were looking for it and made the play in the backfield.
Gets it away cleanly. Down in the end zone for a touchback.
Personal foul, clipping by the receiving team.
And he just got
First
caught
down.
there.
And that really wasn't even close, Tom. I mean, that's just a bonehead play, big mistake, and a huge play in this ball game.
Left. Way off. Blue 45. Over tough, 2 straight. Let's go, D.
Handoff up the middle. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. The back gets 3 on the carry. It's 2nd down and 7 to go.
Let's go.
New York lines up with 3 receivers.
48. Freeze it. Screen here, Twan, screen. Come on, let's go.
Jones gets the carry. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. The running back gains 2 yards on the carry.
Gain of 2.
Detroit brings in their nickel package.
Blue 45. Let's get it.
Drops back to pass. Rifles it left. He's brought down at the 24-yard line. Not a bad pickup that time.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice gain.
Fargo. Wide.
Pennington set to go to the air. Sims knocks it down, and the defender breaks up the play.
Just great position that time on the defensive side. The receiver really never had a chance on that one.
The backfield is in the offset I formation. Back to throw. Throws short. He's there for the catch. He's dropped at the 30. Pretty good read on that play to find the open man.
And that's an area where he excels. He works his way through his progressions quickly and doesn't hesitate when he sees the receiver break free in coverage.
Zebra. Let's roll. Left call.
He's looking to throw. Throws while on the run. He's tackled at about the 41. Not too bad a pass there.
Not too bad at all. And sometimes those little touch throws are actually more difficult than the bullet passes. Kind of hard to come up with the timing to hit the receiver right in stride, but that was well thrown.
Blue 45. Scatter.
They'll keep it on the ground again. He doesn't get back to the line. That's what you call a great individual effort.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that gains nothing. You know, you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when a defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
Fakes the run. It's completed. Brought down at the 49-yard line. And another connection that goes for good yardage.
And we really see the trust that is developing between this receiver and the quarterback. That if the quarterback has confidence that you're going to be where he thinks you're going to be, he will throw it to you more often than he'll throw it to somebody else.
He fakes it. And he catches it. Tackled at the 37. And a nice pass to the tight end.
So much of the game today revolves around those substitution packages, trying to bring extra defensive backs on the field to try and help against the pass. But when you have a big receiving tight end, that really makes that plan awfully tough to execute.
Maybe a yard on the run by the halfback.
Not very often in a game does a defender get a clean shot like that on a running back. Typically, the running back didn't see it coming to take that kind of a shot.
Pennington dropping back. Makes the grab. And they get him at about the 29-yard line. The pass play gives them a gain of 6. The backfield is in the offset I formation. Play fake. Off his back foot. He's tackled at the 19. That pass is good for a first down.
And he had some zip on that one, didn't he? He reared back and threw that one about as hard as he could.
New York is going with the offset I backfield. He fakes it. Short throw to the right. It'll be first and goal. You know, Chris, the tight end can be used as such a weapon in the passing game.
And I always find it surprising that tight ends typically don't get drafted very high, but when you think about the skill set, they have to be able to block like a tackle and catch like a wide receiver.
Surveys the field. Pass completed. He's going to be tackled for a loss. Back to the line, but nothing more. That'll make it second down. 8 yards for the score here. New York goes with the ace set here. Hands it to the back. Brought down at the 6. The back gets 3 on the carry. Third and goal situation here. The ball 6 yards out.
Luke 45! Luke 45! Friday! On the right! 10 left!
Pennington looking to pass. He couldn't hang on to it. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
And it splits the uprights. Good job putting that kick right on target, and it goes through for 3 points. Decent kick. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. He's hammered at the 30. They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away. The Lions come out in the ace formation. They're going to pitch it. He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Nice stop on that play.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
He gets another carry. He's brought down at the 29-yard line. A couple of yards there.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Luke 45! Luke 45! Hey, we gotta walk. Tiger. Let's go now. Let's go. Hey, walk the screen.
Kitna drops to throw. Passes. Brings this one in. Still not quite enough, however. They'll still be facing 4th down. It's 4th down. They'll line up to punt this one away. Harris awaits the snap. Gets it away cleanly. Washington fields it at the 27. And that wasn't a very impressive return on that one.
Well, at least he got a few yards on that play. You'd expect a little bit more out of a return man, but I'm not so sure if the kick coverage was so good or the return was not so good, but either way, a little short gain on that one.
He's dropped at the 38. They go with a run, and that'll be a gain of 9. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. The Jets come out in a single back formation.
Zebra. Hey, let's go now. That's right, Lucy.
They hand it off again. Tackled around the 39-yard line. So a gain of about 1. That'll bring up 3rd down. We played a quarter. The score is 6-0. It's 3rd down now, just about the length of the football away from the 1st down marker.
Over. 48. Go, baby. Come on. Here we go.
Huge pressure by the defense. And they get him at the 45. You can tell these guys practice that play quite a bit.
Yeah, I can remember hearing stories about old-time players in the NFL that literally they could go out in the pitch black and make throws and catches without really even seeing the ball. That's the kind of timing we're seeing today.
First down, looking to throw. Dumps it out right. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. He stopped behind the line for a loss of 1.
Here we go. Luke 45. Luke 45. In the lane.
Fumble on the play. Defense gets the turnover. Down the sideline. He gets in for 6. Wow, that was a great way to pick up 6 points.
And more teams are practicing doing that. When the ball's on the ground, they want to be able to scoop it and score with it. Perfectly executed that time.
Here's the extra point that can give them the lead. Point after is good. Detroit up a point. Here's the kick. He'll return it from the 1. They get him at the 30. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Feeds it to the back. Dropped behind the line. The defense got the job done on that play.
Really impressive play that time by this defensive line. It wasn't just one guy, but every guy up front just dominating their guy at the point of attack.
45. Come on. 45. Move up. Let's come out quick.
Fakes to the back. Throws it short. Can't stay in bounds. Incomplete pass. He caught that one out of bounds.
Well, you could see the receiver doing all he could to keep his feet in bounds, but that pass just let him out of bounds.
Looking to throw. Looking for an open man. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
Graham kicks it away, and did he ever get a hold of this one? Moore fields it at the 29, and that return should set this offense up nicely.
He did a good job there finding a seam and getting up the field. You know, a lot of people don't realize that being a punt returner or a kick returner is one of the toughest jobs in the NFL. There's a whole lot of things that could go wrong and only a few that can really go right.
Nice play fake. They picked it off. He's brought down around the 44-yard line. The defense now has 2 interceptions in the game.
It's amazing how much quicker defensive backs look to me on the field today than, say, 20, 25 years ago when I played. I think it was 25 years ago. It feels like about 105 years ago. But they have some great athletes out there right now.
Brought down around the 37-yard line. Jones gains 7 yards on that play. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Hennington lines up under center. 2 tight ends in the formation. Back to throw. All kinds of pressure. There for the catch. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy. He gunned that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Looking to throw. He rolls out to the right. Makes the catch. They bring him down, and it's first and goal. That one worked just as they drew it up.
Good pass, good catch, I agree. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do as a defense to stop a well-executed pass play.
Back to pass. On the run, he throws it. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Hennington found the weakness in the defense and made them pay. So they're ready for the extra point. Point after is good. Here's a quick look at the drive summary. And here's the kick. Fielded at the 4. Hit and dropped at the 33-yard line. It'll be interesting to see how this quarterback reacts after throwing an interception on his last drive. The Lions line up in an I formation. Smith takes the handoff. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. Maybe a yard. That brings up second down. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on the 34. New York brings in the nickel here.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Friday!
He drops back. Looking for a receiver. They get to it. It looked like the offense had a really tough time picking up the blitz on that play.
You're exactly right. Those guys had no clue he was coming until it's too late. The key to any corner blitz is disguising it. You can't tip it with the coverage before he comes.
Looks to pass. Short throw to the left. And they get him at the 34-yard line. They complete the pass on 3rd and long, but they'll end up short of the marker.
You can see the confidence level of this defense. They know they can make open field tackles, and that's probably one of the great lost arts in the game. The ability to make the tackle in the open field and stop them short of the first down. Good play defensively there.
He punts it. Washington fields it at the 30. Brought down around the 42-yard line. The offense lines up and is looking to score again after a successful trip to the end zone on their last drive. The Jets with 4 receivers. They'll throw on first down. And it's caught. Tackled at the 48-yard line. 6-yard gain through the air on that play.
Just keeps the ball moving down the field. 6-yard gain and a little progress.
Offset I formation in the backfield. Hand off to the fullback. He's dropped at the 50. 2-yard pickup, and that makes it third down. Pennington is under center. Only one man back here. Throws it short. Makes the reception. And they get him at the 46-yard line. And that was a close call.
Yeah, barely picking up the first down there and really taking the pressure off the coach of having to make a fourth down decision.
Fakes the run. With the catch. He is hit hard on the play. And a big catch by the tight end.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing that defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards them.
Jones on the run. Tackled at the 28-yard line. Jones picks up about 4 yards on the play. It's second down, 6 to go. Offset I formation in the backfield. Pennington hasn't missed yet. Passes on the move. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. A good amount of yards that time on the pass.
And running backs who are good receivers are pretty rare. You know, a lot of times those guys, they come out and they're good running the football, but they don't make the kind of plays in the passing game. This guy can clearly do both.
Pennington drops back on first down. Passes to his right. They finally bring him down, and it's first and goal. They pick up solid yardage there.
And I love to watch this wide receiver work. He is so patient with his routes. He gets down low into his cuts, and he really understands what the defense is trying to do to take him away, and he is working them over.
Short throw to the right. No connection this time. Smith wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. The offense 8 yards away from the end zone here. The Jets come out with the offset I. Pennington drops back. He throws right. Brings it in. Gets in for the touchdown. The tight end hauls in another one, giving him 2 touchdowns on the game.
And it's so difficult. You try and take away the wide receivers. You try and take away the big threats outside, and the tight end just kills you.
Extra point is good. And we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. He kicks it. He'll return it from the 6. He's tackled at the 27-yard line. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. Detroit goes with the ace set here. Here's the give. He's dropped at the 28-yard line. Gain of 2. That'll bring up second down. From their own 28-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. Looks to pass. He throws left. Pass is complete. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. Nice little pickup on that pass pattern.
And I really shouldn't feel this way, but I get a little nervous every time this guy goes up to make a catch, because he's had a little bit of a history of dropping some balls, but today doing a nice job hanging on and a big play there.
And they'll try and get the first through the air. Completed. He's brought down at midfield. Good gain on the pass to the running back.
It's tough to pay too much attention to a running back in the passing game because at least half the time they're staying in the block. So when they do slip out, occasionally they can hit you for a big play.
He looks to throw on first down. And it's completed. Brought down at the 23. How about that completion?
Boy, did that quarterback stand in there firm that time. He knew the pressure was coming. He knew he was going to get hit. He didn't care. Took advantage for a big play.
First and 10. Ball on the 23. Kitna comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide. Nice play fake. Throws on the run. Leaping catch. And they get him at the 10. Well, that was one of the best catches that you'll see all day.
And when you're trying to catch those high, hard ones, you just don't know what's going to happen to your body. I tell you, you haven't lived until you caught one of those and had one of those clowns flip you upside down.
Tries for the end zone. Deflected and broken up. And it's batted away at the last minute by the defender.
Just when it looked like the quarterback might sneak that one in there, a late pass defense and a good play.
Hands it off. He's dropped at the 9. Smith gets about a yard on the play.
Ouch. You take too many shots like that as a running back, you start peeking around a little bit before you get that football.
And they use motion. Drops back to pass. Defense closing in. He's brought down around the 2-yard line. And a solid gain through the air, but they'll still end up short of the marker.
I like the call that time by the coaching staff. He gets the ball out into the hands of a playmaker. Then it's just simply up to your athlete to beat their athlete one-on-one in the open field and make a play. That time came up short.
It's good. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary. He gets his leg into this one. He'll take it from the 2. Drill at the 31. You can't help but wonder if they'll be able to make it 3 straight drives ending with a touchdown. They line up in a one-back set. Back to throw. He needs to get the pass off. Is there for the catch. And he's drilled at the 48-yard line. Another positive gain through the air.
And it really helps when the quarterback gets the kind of protection he's getting so far in this one. This offensive line's doing a nice job building a pocket for this quarterback, and that's creating some nice passing lanes.
Jones gets the carry. He lost yardage on the play. The defense just ate up Esslin.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
Pennington drops back. Passes to his left. He's pushed out at the 41-yard line. He put something extra on that throw, and it'll keep the chains moving.
And that's really what it takes sometimes, because defenders are so quick out there. If you don't put a little extra pop on it, they can get there.
He'll get the call again. Brought down right around the 34-yard line. Jones gets 6 yards on the play.
Watch this drive.
Pennington is lined up under center. Single set backfield this time.
No, you're good, you're good. King's right. Scatter, scatter, scatter.
He's dropped at the 30. I have to say, that was an impressive run on the play.
Those are the kind of runs that really begin to take the heart out of a defense. When you can pound it at them, pick up 5 yards and a first down, those offensive linemen start to get a little strut going.
Drops back on first down. Throws it short. And he will lose yardage on the play. They lose 7 yards on that play.
You got to give the defense a lot of credit on that one. They made a little correction at the line of scrimmage, and they had that play pegged right from the start.
The backfield is in the offset I formation. Pennington is looking to stay perfect on this drive. He hasn't missed a pass on this drive. Another fine pass and catch on that play.
I know we all talk about 40-yard dash times in the NFL, but as a receiver, if you are a great route runner and you understand what the defenses are trying to do to you, it doesn't matter if you run a 4.3 40. If you can get in and out of your cuts like this guy, you will always be able to play.
And there's 2 minutes remaining in the half. Great pickup for the first on that one.
And really what makes NFL football so special is the ability of these quarterbacks to throw it and these great receivers to catch it. That's just fun to watch.
Sets up the play action. Comes down with it. And they get him at the 8. Pretty risky throw that time, but it worked. So you won't see many complaints.
Probably the most dangerous throw in football right there. Anytime you see the quarterback throwing across his body like that, back into coverage, when it works, you go, boy, that looks pretty and that's easy to do, and you're always tempted to do it. But how many times have we seen a ball like that picked off?
And he just couldn't get it going after making the catch.
Nope, and sometimes as a receiver, the quarterback will make the wrong read and throw it to you anyway, and you give them that look going back to the huddle. You know that look?
Under heavy pressure. Defender gets his hand on it, and it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
The kick is up and right down the middle. He makes that one pretty easily and puts it through for 3 points. Not a bad kick. More from the 6. Brought down at the 28-yard line. The offense takes the field, hoping to come away with more than just a field goal on this drive.
Roger. That's hot then. Go. Buffalo.
Drops back to pass. Dumps it out left. There for the reception. He's brought down around the 34-yard line. Smith picked up 6 with that grab, so that'll make it 2nd down. He drops back. Short pass to his left. Pass incomplete. The receiver can't quite make the grab, just out of his reach.
And sometimes it's up to the receiver to give his quarterback a little more separation so he doesn't have to be quite as careful with the football.
Drops back. The pocket is collapsing. And he goes down. The blitz caused some big problems for them that time.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good play for the offense. I think they were anticipating a blitz to one side. They got it from the other side, and the quarterback ends up getting sacked on the play.
Harris kicks it away. And did he ever get a hold of this one? Washington fields it at the 26. What happened to the coverage there, Chris?
Oh, come on. They completely lost containment on that guy. I mean, you just can't let that happen. I'll be honest. They were really lucky they didn't give up a touchdown on that one.
drops back on first down. Throws it out. Out of bounds, incomplete. It looked like he tried to drag his feet as he was going out, but he couldn't get him down.
You know, and sometimes that happens. The quarterback put it in a spot where only he could catch it. The problem was the ball was just a little off target.
Here we go. Lane 88. Waco. Play smart, man. Friday.
Pennington drops back, scans the field, throws out to the left. And he should have had that one. What an effort out there. He just got his hands in there and broke it up.
I love watching the closing speed of this defense. When they see the ball, they go get it.
Back to pass. Passes to his left. And it's intercepted by the backer. He's down the sideline. To the 10. They'll get in for the touchdown. That was just a great play by the defense, and now they have the momentum.
And that really changes the complexion of this game. First you're down 2 scores, now you're down 1 score, and you could just feel the excitement level on that sideline after that play.
We coming back, for real.
This should add the extra point. Point after is good. Gets a good kick here. He'll return it from the 1. He's tackled at the 33. The quarterback leads his offense back onto the field after turning it over on their last drive. New York lines up in the offset eye this time.
Games, 22 press. Games. I'm trying to get you over there, baby.
They'll give it off here. He's dropped for a loss. He was caught with nowhere to go.
This is a pretty good running back, and if you can hem him up like that, pretty impressive.
Hey, empty. Bang it loud. Hey, let's make some plays now.
We played one half of football, and our score is the Jets 23, the Lions 17. He kicks it off. Washington takes it from the 6. They get him at the 24-yard line. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports.
Let's go.
Jones, the ball carrier. He fights forward to about the 26. They get 2 yards.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
Tiger. Let's get it right here. Roll.
Play action. He needs to get rid of it. Catch is made. He's dropped at the 47-yard line. They pick up several yards there on the pass.
And that fake really was the difference. Not only did the quarterback sell it, the running back sold it, the offensive line did, and the receiver was open for a nice play.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 47. 3 wide receivers set.
Touch. Green 88. Run, baby. Green 88. Come on. Let's go. Zebra.
They'll throw on first down. Throws the bullet to the right. And he made a great open field tackle. And a great pass by the quarterback to convert for the first.
And what we're seeing out of this quarterback is a variety of throws. Yes, he has the ability to zip it in there when he needs to, but we've also seen some touch throws, a very complete repertoire.
He's looking to throw. He throws on the run. And they get him right around the 32-yard line. Strong, accurate throw leads to a pretty good gain.
Now, they didn't pick up the first down that time, but you drop back, you make a good throw like that. Now you're in position to try and pick up this first down.
On the ground with a tailback. Brought down at the 28-yard line. He got free and was able to pick up decent yardage on the play.
5 yards and a first down. I really like what this offense is starting to do now.
Pennington hasn't missed yet. Throws it out. Makes the catch. They bring him down, and it's 1st and goal. Another completed pass puts him over the 300-yard mark.
And you know, this guy just loves to play football. I really like talking to him before the game. You can hear the passion in his voice. And when you have a leader that has that kind of passion and that kind of emotion, it's just so much easier to play the game.
Fakes to the back. And he caught it. Tackled just outside the goal line. The completion nets them a gain of 7.
Good play design there. Very solid protection. Gave the quarterback time to examine the whole field until he finally found the open man.
Nice play fake. And they're coming after him. Tipped away. Oh my, the quarterback is lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, you try and fit some of those into some tight holes, and every once in a while, you're going to get one pick, but that was a pretty good play by the defense.
He's running out of time. It's broken up. Franks was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. It's 4th down, and this one is a chip shot about 19 yards out. Here's the kick. It's good. Not much doubt as he puts that one right through the upright. Kicks it off. Taken from the 3-yard line. He's tackled at the 23. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. Kitnet lines up under center. He has 2 tight ends. He looks to throw on 1st down. The pass is away. And he dropped him in the open field. The defense didn't have a chance on that one. Great throw that time.
Yeah, really not much a defense can do when you get a guy that can throw the football like that. You know, you get yourselves in position defensively, you think you're in the right spot, you're going to make a play, and a guy makes a throw like that and you go, hey, that's a good throw.
Here's the halfback. He gets out to about the 35-yard line. Smith will get enough to pick up the 1st down after the gain of 3. Only one man back.
Zebra, zebra. Hey, back. Let's go quick game. 44 press.
Kitnet will throw. No, they hand it off. He's dropped at the 39-yard line. So the draw to the halfback picks up 4. It's 2nd and 6 coming up.
What you doing?
Detroit lines up in the offset eye this time. He gets another carry. He's hammered in the backfield. Tried to find something, but there wasn't anything there for him.
Yeah, not anything at all. And as a running back, you're probably going back to the huddle going, guys, a little help, please?
48, left, 48. Let's go. Friday.
Drops back. And the defense has a heavy rush. That was an unbelievable play to get the sack.
Phew, he might need a few minutes to clear the cobwebs out of his head after that one. That's the kind you go back into the huddle and you call a running play next just so you can get your head straight.
Gets his leg into it, and he got a huge punt here. Washington fields it at the 24. Brought down at about the 39-yard line. And they take the field again, looking to capitalize on their previous drive, which resulted in a field goal. Pennington sends a guy in motion to the right.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Toss. And they get him at the 48-yard line. Great job of the running back. That's a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. Ball on their own 48. Offset I formation in the backfield. He drops back to pass. He's there for the catch. Tackle at the 43-yard line. That one worked pretty well.
It sure did, and I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost in the secondary.
Gives to the back. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. Jones gains 7 yards on that play. The Jets come out with the offset I. Looks to pass. Under heavy pressure. It's completed. Brought down at the 27. Nice job by the quarterback to hit the tight end for a decent gain.
You know, tight ends may not come up with those real explosive plays down the field all the time, but they sure are a nice target for the quarterback.
They'll keep it on the ground again. He's brought down at the 17. This running back just showed off some nice ability there.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Go get it. Rush, rush. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
He's under a heavy rush. They tackle him for a loss. Back to the line, but nothing more. So that'll make it 2nd down. The Jets come out in a single back formation. Sets up the play action with the throw, and he catches it. A good play to the tight end that time.
And tight ends are so big that as coverage people, it's tough to figure out how to defend them. If you're on their left side, they throw it to the right side. If you're behind them, they throw it in front. Tight ends are tough to cover.
Hands it to the back. He's going to be tackled for a loss. Tried the run, but there was nothing available.
And if you could make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Let's go right.
Pennington hands it off. He's tackled at the 9. He barely got it past the line of scrimmage that time.
The defense did a nice job there jamming the running back, bringing the outside linebacker on a blitz. Sometimes those outside backers a little more athletic and can really help stop the run.
56. Let's keep him down here. Here we go, baby.
Pennington looking to throw. Scans the field. The rush reaches him, and he goes down. And they're able to get to him on that one.
Great job there getting to the quarterback. The defense went with the bull rush and just manhandled this offensive line. They've got to be more stout. They've got to be able to hold up in protection.
And right down the middle. Here's your drive summary for that last series. Kicks it off. He'll return it from the 6. Hit and dropped at the 24-yard line. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. The Lions line up with 3 wide.
Blue 45. Blue 45. Come on, G. Block, now you're Philly.
Hands it off. And they get him at the 25. The running back gets about a yard, maybe less. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers.
Here we go. Let's go now. Let's go.
Hands it to the back. Brought down behind the line. The halfback just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. They're facing 3rd and 11 now. Ball on the 23. Kitna lines up in the gun. He has 2 tight ends in the formation.
Scatter.
He drops back to pass. He throws left. Makes the grab. He's brought down at the 29-yard line. Not much chance of converting that pass into a first down.
Nah, and that's really what the defense was hoping for there. They settle their defense behind the chains, allow you to catch the ball, come up and make the tackle. Perfectly executed that time by the defense.
Gets the punt away. Washington fields it at the 34. He's pushed out about the 43-yard line. They had to settle for a field goal on their last drive. They take the field again, looking to put up another score. The Jets come out with the offset eye.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
Pennington hands it off. And they get him at the 49-yard line. Jones picks up 5 yards with the carry. 2nd and 5. New York lines up in the offset eye this time. They hand it off. Brought down right around the 44-yard line. So the back will come away with a first down on the play.
Nice job up front right there. 6 yards, a first down. That's just old-fashioned football.
Single set backfield.
Hard count. Watch the switch. Solid, close left. Nickel. Hey, one gap.
Fakes to the back. Throws it short. Pass completed. Tackled at the 40. Pick up a 5 on the play.
Yeah, very safe, simple play, hitting the underneath receiver for a solid gain.
The backfield is in the offset I formation. Looking to throw. Not much time to throw. He's tackled right around the 32-yard line. How about that pass?
There's really no better feeling as an offense, especially for the quarterback position, than to take advantage when the defense is trying to blitz you. They're trying to make you nervous, and you just made them pay.
And they'll run him again. He fights forward to about the 30. Jones comes away with 2 yards on the carry. From the 30-yard line. Offset I formation in the backfield.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
Jones gets another carry. He's dropped at the 30. Less than a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down. Offense with 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ace backfield this time. Looks to pass. Dumps it out left. Brings this one in. And they get him at the 26-yard line. Pretty good gain on that completion, but it won't be enough for the first.
And you could see the defense that time. They knew exactly where those first down chains were. They were going to allow some underneath passes, but then came up and made the tackle, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Big play that time.
The kick is up. And he makes it. What an excellent kick.
I don't know about you, but I was getting ready to question the coach's decision on that one, giving him an opportunity from that distance. But boy, did he ever make that coach look smart there.
Kicks it off. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. He's hammered at the 32-yard line. The defense played exceptionally well the last time this offense had the ball. Hitting it is under center. 3 receivers wide this time. He fights forward to about the 33. That's a 2-yard gain.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
He drops back to pass. Gets the pass off. Tackled at the 45. Excellent pass by the quarterback on that play.
I'm really enjoying watching the timing between this receiver and the quarterback. We're seeing a well-schooled offense now going to work.
Looking to throw. The pocket is collapsing. Batted away. Johnson was the intended target on that incomplete pass attempt.
Second down.
They line up at the 45. Smith is the single setback.
Luke 45. Luke 45. Don't give him a yard. Zebra.
Hitting it, hands it off. He's brought down at the 46-yard line. Smith gets about a yard on the play. And that's the end of the third quarter. Our score in this one is the Jets 32, the Lions 17. Drops back. He throws it. He's tackled right around the 38-yard line. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
Toss. Huge hit. 7 yards there. That brings up second down. From the 32-yard line. Detroit lines up in the offset eye this time. He drops back. Throws a bullet. Tackled at the 19. Nice little pitch and catch with the wideout.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set them up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
And they get him about the 15-yard line. 3-yard gain by the running back.
Gain of 3.
Hitting it is under center. Single backfield this time. They hand it off. He's tackled around the 13-yard line. Just about 3 yards there, and so it'll be third down. The defense is in the nickel. Drops back, gets it off. He makes another reception on the drive, and so it's good for 6.
This quarterback has a tremendous understanding of what this defense is trying to do to him. He's simply moving defenders around with his eyes and finding the open guy. He is really playing beautiful football right now.
Makes a move, and he's in for 2. Great job there. They were able to convert.
And you could tell the offense had a plan throughout that drive. Not only did they get the touchdown, but they immediately got the call in for the 2-point conversion. They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed it perfectly.
The last time they took the field, they were able to come away with 3 points. They'll start at the 36-yard line. They line up with one running back in the backfield, 3 wide. Give to the tailback. Brought down at the 37. That's a 1-yard pickup.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Jones on the give. And they get him at about the 41. 5 yards. And that makes it 3rd down. New York goes with the ace set here. With the pass. Lennon bats it down. The defender got there in time to break that play up.
He did. He was able to get his hands on the ball, but if he had missed that one might have turned into a really big play.
Moore is the return man. Gets the punt away. This one's going to go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. They were able to put together a nice drive on their last possession. They'll be looking to make it 2 in a row on this drive. He drops back to pass. Short throw to the left. He's pushed out at the 42. McDonald caught that one for a gain of 7. From their own 42-yard line. Detroit lines up with 3 receivers in the shotgun formation. The Lions use motion. They hand it off. He didn't get back to the line. The offense had a tough time picking up all their blocks on that play.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want, but ultimately this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
Rifles this one out to the left. He tries to spin, and he is dropped. And a pretty smart play call right there.
It really is so much the key to football. You talk all the time about you have to establish the run. Well, there you see why. You establish the run, and then you come with the play-action pass. Just so hard to defend.
And they'll run him again. Brought down at the 37. A nice 6-yard gain by the halfback. The Lions go with the I formation. Hit and dropped behind the line. That safety just came flying in there to make the tackle.
It is just so difficult for offensive lines to account for the safety. Typically, that's the one free runner that you have. And if you have a top-flight safety back there that can come in and make those kinds of plays, it really helps your run defense.
Looks to pass. Gets the throw off. There for the catch. He got it, but it wasn't by much.
Pretty route on the play that time, and the quarterback threw it in there right on time, allowing for that first down.
They come out in a goal line set. They'll give it off here. He took a shot at the 31. That quarterback just made this offense look bad.
One of the tough things about trying to get a cornerback blocked is how athletic those guys are. If you're a fullback or an offensive lineman or somebody out in front trying to make that block, it's just tough to get a hand on those guys. They're quick.
Again with the carry. He's dropped at about the 23-yard line. A gain of around 7 for the back. Detroit is going with the offset I backfield. He fakes it. Gets the throw away. Picked off. And they really could have done without that.
Just when you started to think this offense was starting to find themselves, they have a chance here late in the game, you throw an ugly pick. That's a disaster.
First and 10. Ball on their own 20. New York lines up in the offset I this time.
Keep coming. Green 88. Green 88. Touchdown, G. Close left. Switch. Go get it, baby.
Play action. Short pass to his left. Kelly gets his hand on it. The pass was deflected and swatted away by the defender.
I think the quarterback may have had to throw that ball a little sooner than he wanted to. The pressure was starting to get there.
Back to throw. Surveys the field. Good protection. Throws while on the run. And they get him at the 34. That's the big guy's 100th yard of the game.
I always thought it was such a comforting feeling for quarterbacks to throw to the tight ends. Generally, they're shorter, quicker throws to big body guys. It's a real confidence builder for these quarterbacks.
Let's get off the field now. Hey, regular. Go make this run, baby.
Jones on the inside handoff. Brought down at the 38. Jones gets about 4 yards on the play. It's second down, 6 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Nickelback is in on this play. Fakes to the back. Looking for a receiver. Lack of concentration as it bounces away. A great play by the defense to knock the ball away.
And these defenders have been close all day. You better be careful if you're the quarterback. One of those is going to turn into an interception.
Drops back to pass. Gets the ball away. Tackled at the 43-yard line. Completed pass gives them a solid gain through the air, but they'll wind up just a little short of the marker.
I just don't like the play call there. You have to take a chance to throw the ball beyond the first down marker to give your offense a chance to keep this drive alive. Now you have a really tough decision to make.
Punts it. It'll go out at the 34-yard line. The quarterback threw a pick on their last drive. Let's see if he's able to shake it off. And they motion a guy to the right. First down, looking to throw. Makes the catch. At the 40. He's knocked out at the 34. The wide receiver and the quarterback are on the same page today.
Yeah, and this wideout really is something special. He's able to find the holes in the coverage. He gets good separation, and he has tremendous hands.
Fakes the run. Strong throw. Knocked out at about the 29-yard line. 4-yard gain on that play fake. Looks like 3 wideouts this time. Gives it off. He's brought down at the 15. After that run, they might want to give him the ball a few more times.
I agree. It looks like the defense is a little tired out there. Whatever the case, they're having a tough time now stopping the run.
Smith gets it on the inside. He's finally dragged down, and now it will be first and goal. And now we'll see who can get the bigger push. Passes to the end zone. Makes a move, and he's in. Touchdown. That was a nice touchdown catch by the tight end.
And it's not like the defense doesn't know that this guy is a main threat down here on the goal line, but he's just too good. He's too big, and he makes plays.
This kick should knock things up. And the point after is good. Here's a quick look at the drive summary. The kick. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. At the 30. Big hit there to bring him down. So as the offense heads back onto the field, we'll take this time to remind you that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Let's get it! Right. Close right!
Jones, the ball carrier. And he's hammered at the 42. Takes the handoff and responds with a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 coming up here. Ball on the 42. Jones alone in the backfield. Nice play fake. And it's caught. And they get him at the 48-yard line. That was a good-looking throw.
Yeah, great throw, but maybe even a better read. He understood by watching what the defense did after the snap of the football exactly where to go with that ball.
Come on, y'all, watch those quick outs.
Little handoff. Brought down around the 39-yard line. And with that carry, the running back just went over 100 yards on the day.
Those big guys up front, they just keep pushing the defense back. At some point, now you're going to have to do something to try and stop those running lanes, but then look out. The passing is going to be wide open.
And he will lose yardage on the play. This defense is definitely not afraid to use their safeties in run support.
And as a quarterback, you have to start to recognize that. You just can't allow that safety to keep sniffing around that 8th man in the box and not throw the football. Essentially, they're daring this offense to throw it, and they're not taking advantage.
Sets up the play action. Makes the reception. Tackled at the 31. He was covered and still caught the ball.
And really, when you talk about the guys who have some of the best hands in the league, this guy is clearly on that list.
And they motion a guy to the right. Hands it to the back. He fights forward to about the 29. And he got it. That last rush put him over the 100-yard mark.
They haven't been easy yards to pick up, but in a hard-fought game at the end of the day, especially in the second half, you start seeing running plays working a little bit better than maybe what they did in the first half when that defense was fresh and really flying around out there.
And he just got hammered. That run picked up a yard, maybe less. That'll bring up 3rd down. Washington is the lone setback. 3 receivers in the formation. Gets the pass away. Drops the sure pick. The defender was able to get a hand on it.
And really, that came as a result of pretty physical play at the line of scrimmage. They're banging these guys around and not letting them get into their routes.
The kick is up. It's got the distance. And right down the middle. And he put that one through nicely.
It's a pretty rare kicker that can kick a ball that far with that kind of accuracy. That was just a cannon shot.
Here's the kick. He'll return it from the 3. They get him at the 32-yard line. Once again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that this game is brought to you by the fine folks at EA Sports. Smith lines up as the deep back, I formation. Here's the halfback. He's dropped around the 35-yard line. The back gets 3 on the carry. Detroit lines up in a double tight set. With the pass, with the catch. He's brought down at the 43-yard line. A nice completion to the tight end.
I always thought tight ends were sort of like pacifiers for babies, you know, just about the time that you need a little security blanket, you know where to go.
Blue 45! Blue 45! Watch the back! Whoever got the back! Let's go. Come on, dude.
They'll throw on first down. Throws it short. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. The quarterback led the receiver just a little too much.
Yeah, he put a little too much on that pass and forced the receiver to make the catch out of bounds.
Seat 13, you've won a digital camcorder.
Back to throw. On the run, he throws it. And they get him around the 48-yard line. Furry gains about 5 yards on the play. That'll bring up third down. From their own 48-yard line. Kitnett steps to the line of scrimmage. He has 2 backs behind him. 2 minutes left in the ball game. It's 3rd and 5. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Blue 45!
Kitnett sends a guy in motion to the right. Looks to pass. Throws on the run. Brings it in. He's tackled at the 38. Well, they're staying alive.
Yeah, they're staying alive and now starting to believe. You can see a little confidence now growing as this offense gets it going.
He drops back to pass. Pass is complete. Defense pushes him out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Good pickup there.
Boy, that's a tough throw and catch that time. Tight coverage, able to thread it in there, and good play by the receiver.
Gives it up the gut. Tackled at the 25. 1 yard on the play.
Boy, he just took a shot on that one. As a running back, the last thing in the world you want is a short gain and a big hit.
Drops back to pass. Dumps it out left. And they get him at the 21. They'll hurry back to the line. Kitna comes up to the line. 3 wide receivers split out wide. Adjustment at the line now. Back to pass. All kinds of pressure. Looks left. Heaves it deep. And the pass is knocked away. Not a good pass that time, Chris. He forced it right into the coverage.
Whoa, that was really lucky that one wasn't picked off. Not a good decision at all there.
No good. That guy just looks distraught after that miss.
Well, he had an opportunity there to be a hero, and he simply let the football team down. That's one of those misses that not only do your coaches and teammates not forget, the fans don't forget that one.
Throws out to the right. Completed. He's tackled right around the 36-yard line. Good job locating the gap in the coverage on that play.
You know, that's the kind of pass pattern I used to always love to run, because if the defense is even a little bit lax in their coverage, it's pretty easy to get that one in there.
Dumps it out right. Out of bounds right around the 38-yard line. Another solid game through the air by the quarterback, He's up over 400 yards now.
And you can almost see the smoke coming out of the back of the ball when he throws it. This guy has plenty of velocity. We talked to some of the receivers and sort of joking around about, oh, come on, you can catch the ball. You got the gloves. You got all the stuff. And one of them laughed and said, hey, you try it. This guy brings it.
It's a 2nd and 11 situation here. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. One more ring. Get it.
He's hammered in the backfield. Disappointing loss there for the offense.
There are just some guys in this league that you have to run away from. But the danger in that is you run away from him, and he uses his speed to catch you from behind.
And he'll just kneel it here. The Jets are lining up to punt it away. The Lions have everyone on the line. Looks like they're coming after this one. And this has been a good one. Our final score is the Jets 35, the Lions 32.